Hello everyone, this is Yumi Gaming logging in and the game is Eve Echoes. So today I will be discussing about planetary production. We will also be discussing like how to increase planetary production and why is it important. Planetary production is all often referred to in game as PI or planetary interaction or planetary resources or PR. So this is how you identify what the other person is talking about. So planetary production is a really important resource for making ships. As we know, we can lose ships, and since there be so many players waiting for a better ship or a more classier ship, going up from frigates to destroyers to cruisers, ships are in demand 24/7. So, and there will be wars and and like the etc etc. So uh, you can see that planetary production is very important because it is used to make ships, and the only way to get planetary production is by mining the planets, and there is a cap to how much you can mine per planets and how many planets you can mine at one time. And since there are so many skills people want to grab and focus on, planetary sometimes cannot grow that fast, and hence there is always a necessity for the planetary resources in market. So as you can see, the thrasher 2, you require a lot of planetary resources for this, like 1600 lustring alloy, 1600 gleaming alloy, and 1600 motley compound, 494 base metals, 1874 noble metals. That is a fairly big amount in comparison to the hourly production a planetary resources give. So if we go into the planetary production and for example look at reactive metals, so you can see it only gives an output of 6 per hour. So like a one one mining array gives us a output of only 6 per hour, so that is around 60 per hour. And looking at the requirements of just a thrasher 2, the requirements for 1,000, like several ships, will be quite insane. Like, okay, a thrasher 2 does not have a toxic metal, or I'll say reactive metal, the one which we were looking up. Okay, let's go to a ship which might require reactive metals, and we got the Talwar sniper that will require 1872 reactive metals. And as we were looking at it, the maximum production we can get per day is only 600 from one planet, and that is after we have 10 mining lasers on it. So you can see there's a huge demand for planetary production always, and you can sell them for good amount in the market, or I will always suggest to donate to your corporation. And if it is a really good corporation, then you can grow faster and better. So before going into the planetary production, let's go into the skills and look at what skills are required. The planetary production is fairly simple, and we just need to go into natural science and level up our planetology skills, the advanced planetology and expert planetology. So, for example, if we take the basic one, we can see that we get a 10% planetary production launch time, then our cargo hold increases by 20%. In level 2 we get an extra mining array, and we get an increased planetary production launch time and planet yields cargo hold. And then level 3 we get another mining array. In level 4 we get one more, and of course the production launch time and the yield cargo increases as well. So planetary you do not have to go up several in look at several skills when you are doing planetary production. Only going to natural science is enough. So let us go into planetary production now. As the name suggests, you farm the resources from the planets. So like there are several planets in each particular system, and each planet has a different set of resources they offer. As you can see, there is also a standard given beside each resource you are mining. So for example, jason 4 has poor quantity of base metals, and it has rich for super tensile plastics and rich for coolant. And then you also have medium, then you have perfect. So these are the different levels of the richness of that particular resource in that particular planet. So higher the standard of the resource in that particular planet is, the higher the rate of mining. You cannot increase the rate of the mining efficiency by any particular skill. So the best bet you can do is that you need to look for planets which are rich in the particular resource you want to mine. So for example, if you want to say mine coolant, then you can go for jason 4 or jason 3. And if you do not, if you say get a coolant which is like poor in some planet, I will recommend you highly to not mind that, because end of the day time is money and you are just losing it out on it. It is really common for people to map all the systems nearby where they have their base and look at what what each system can offer. So like if I am in I'm in JSON right now, right? So I will go to the map and search out what areas, what systems are nearby me, and look at what the planets are there in the system and what resource the planet can bring to me. And alliances or cooperation often map out a good amount of systems nearby their base, so that they do not have any problem getting the resource they desire. And they generally only write down all the perfect or the rich materials available in the planet. So you can see I have mined a good amount of crystal compound, for example. So how to get it? I'll just click on launch, and then the material gets launched from that particular planet and floats around in space. So I need to go and grab it as fast as I can before somebody else gets to it. If you are mining in any high sec sector, any high sec solar system, you do not need to be worried about your cargo being stolen by someone. But if you are mining in low sec or null sec, your cargo can get stolen by anyone. And of course, it has been noticed that the the rarer planetary resources are rich in low sec and null sec. One another fun fact about planetary production is that you do not have to have your station, or you do not need to be in that particular planet when you are mining it. So I will show you that in just one under 1 minute. So like I'm in JSON, but I still can farm in gens 5 or PEM 4. So you just need to go to the planet and place a mining array there. You have to be in that particular planet if you want to mine, if you want to start mining in that particular system. I mean, you do not have to be docked in any particular station or any other stuff. And people generally, when they are autopiloting, they prefer to keep their windows open to, of course, look out for dead space, scout, or inquisitor anomalies, as well as look at the planetary interactions they can get from that particular system. So for example, I just arrived in Kamehi, and if I go to the planetary production, I can look at what resources Kamehi system offers me. So this will be a good example. For example, glossary compound is poor, right? So it is has an hourly output of 14.87, but in this planet it is medium, and this has got an output of 18.63 per hour. So that is bang on around 14 into 14 into 12, that is around 50 glossy compound more per day. And 50 is a noticeable amount because each resource of this counts a lot. And now I will just speed forward to when I arrive in PEMSA and when I start to collect my loot. Okay guys, so I have arrived at my planet, right? And I need to go to loot, click on loot, and there I can loot all the good stuff, and it will be deposited in my storage. So as I was mentioning the planetary production, now since I am in PEMSA, I can look at what PEMSA can offer me. And I will always suggest as to go for perfect compounds, because that helps you get a better output per hour, and it can be it can make a huge difference in the long run. So I want toxic metal, so I'll start mining this. I need to place a development array in the planet, and then I can increase the number of miners that are mining in that particular planet, and then click on confirm. And since it's just showing 2 hours 30 minutes right now, I would like to increase it to 24 hours so that I do not have to come back here again. And this can be repeated n number of times. So for example, it just went to 22 hours 30, and I just increase it back to 24. Planetary production is often recommended to have a lot of alts running the planetary production so that you can have an increased amount per day. So I'll just show you the difference in the prices of planetary resources and the ores. Like, the difference is huge. I will also like to mention that this is the beta, and thus the prices are like wild, but you can get a good rough idea on the the difference in the prices. So for example, if titanium is selling for just 4 ISK, and if we look at the planetary resources, they are like selling for 100 or like 7,000. So you can see that there is a huge difference when it comes to planetary resources in the price, and they can be a sell off for a good amount of money, or they can be helped in growing faster. And there is a limit to the number of mining planets, and you can increase that by going to the natural science and researching that, or you can, and also the number of miners, like, or the number of mining arrays in the planet can be increased as well. And that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and please do like, share and subscribe if you like my content, and see you soon. I'll just squeeze this part in the ending of the video. Like, I just realized that many people cannot get the loot after they walk to the station. And for example, if the down jump is like around 10 jumps away, if the planet is around 10 jumps away, they just log out sometimes, and when they log back in, they cannot look at find the container, although they have arrived at that particular planet. So one way around this will be to go to another planet and then warp to the planet which has the container again. And this has worked for me, and I get the container when I warp, like re-warp to that planet. So I hope this helps, and thank you for watching.